So I'm making this video to clearly tell y'all, man, that you need to stop wasting your 20s, because a lot of y'all act like you have enough time, you have plenty of time to fool around and to waste your time with people that, you know, that bring no value to your life, and you're just sitting idly waiting for an opportunity, waiting for the right time to take action, waiting for the right time to, you know, accomplish that goal, and you don't have enough time to wait, because next thing you know, when you wake up, you could be gone from this earth. You just never know. Life can end just like that, from the snap of a finger. And that's why while you're here on this life, you need to make the most out of your time. Because yeah, we know we finna die. We know that death is gonna come. But you see, we have to live to distract us from death. Life is a distraction from death. We know the outcome. But while we're living, especially for a lot of you dudes, a lot of y'all men in your 20s, you know, you have to start building the foundation for your life and for your future children's lives as well. You need to start laying down the blueprint and creating that legacy for yourself, so when you do pass away, when you do die, you know, you have someone to carry on that legacy for you, which is mainly going to be your children. You know, while you're here, man, you got to start creating generational wealth. You need to innovate something that a lot of people can use and that a lot of people are going to find valuable. You know, create art, whether it's writing, whether it's music, whether it's poetry, whatever. You know, painting, it can be anything that, you know, you want to set your mind on. You know, go ahead and do it. If it's meant for you to do it, go ahead and attack that goal and make it your reality. You know, while you're in your 20s, man, you have to build your credit. You have to get a sense, an idea what credit is, how to increase credit, and learn what a good credit score can do for you. You need to start driving your own car. Enough is enough with relying on folks for a ride to everywhere that you need to be. You ain't got time to be relying on people for a ride all the damn time. You just don't. You got to start manning up and get your own car and start driving yourself to places that you need to be. Enough of that damn Lyft, enough of that damn Uber, enough of taking that damn bus, asking for people for rides and stuff, man. Listen, you gotta cut that shit out. You know, you have options of getting a car. You can refinance a car. If you have enough money, you can go ahead and pre-own a car, get a pre-owned car, whatever. Lease a car, or if you have enough money, go ahead and buy a car at the full price, whatever. Focus on getting your license. Focus on learning how to drive. Whoever can teach you is available. You know, take that opportunity to learn how to drive from somebody else, or pay for your lessons. For me personally, I had to pay for my lessons. I had to pay for my driving lessons. I even had to pay money to actually, you know, take the driving test. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get my first car until I was 23. I'm 25 now. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning of my 20s, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, I was wasting the beginning of my 20s. I didn't take, you know, the first couple years of my 20s, I didn't take that shit serious, man. You know, I was stuck in my addiction. I was stuck living in the past. You know, I was really down bad. You know, I was working a job that I didn't want to work. You know, I was miserable. I was lazy. I had no drive, no motivation. You know, I played victim. You know, I had no credit. You know, I wasn't smart with my finances. every time I did come into a little bit of money, I would spend that shit, very recklessly. I was very reckless with my money. And, I had to be reckless at first. I had to be these things at first to learn how to get myself out of those bad habits, how to get myself out of boredom, out of depression, out of, laziness. I had to be those things first in order to kind of like get on my shit and have this drive and hunger that I have currently in my life. Because I didn't have that early on in my 20s. I didn't have that foundation of discipline. When I went on senior retention initially, that was my opportunity to build upon that foundation of discipline. And that whole 10 months, it reshaped my life, it reshaped my future, it reshaped my whole reality. And that was pretty much the starting point for me. And I realized, okay, I ain't got a lot of time on my hands like I think I do. I know I have to keep on learning. I know that I have to, if I one day want to work for myself, I'm saying, I got to put away money. I got to learn to manage and save my money and learn to invest my money a lot better. As a kid, I was never taught these things. When I was a kid, I wasn't taught how to, invest and save and manage my money. I wasn't taught about stocks. I wasn't taught about credit. I wasn't taught about, just financial things. I'm teaching myself how to budget my money, how to spend within my means. I just got my first credit card this year, actually. And already my credit score is close to 800. So it's crazy because it's like I manifested a credit card because I always wanted to have a credit card. And I always felt like I should have a credit card because I know that I can be responsible if, when I do have a credit card, I know that I can be responsible with the credit card. I wouldn't be going crazy, maxing myself out. Some people like to go crazy with their credit and just think that they can afford anything because they got credit. No, just because you have like a $500 credit limit don't mean you can go ahead and buy all this like junk, all this materialistic stuff. Because at the end of the day, you got to pay the balance. You got to pay the balance of that damn credit. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay that bitch every month. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people just get reckless with their finances. And for me, I had to learn through trial and error. I had to first be reckless with my money. I had to first, be kind of dumb with my finances in order for me to learn how to be smart with my finances, And all I'm saying is, man, I said all that to say this. You have to stop wasting your 20s because you don't have a lot of time in your 20s. If you're like 28, you're going to be 30 before you know it. A lot of us who are in our 20s right now, we're going to be in our 30s before we know it. We got to make sure that we're eating right, we're eating cleaner, that we're prioritizing health, we're prioritizing fitness. Because we want to make sure that we are creating the best vessel possible, that we are, maintaining our health. So that when we hit our 30s, we're not bringing all this, BS. We're not bringing all this, diseases and all these viruses into our 30s. We're not bringing all this, all these toxins that's in our bodies that we were consuming in our 20s and in our teenage years and shit, and we're making sure we're not bringing that into our 30s, because when we hit our 30s, all those toxins stuck in your body, viruses, whatever, bacteria, all of that is going to catch up to you at some point. Horrible eating habits, that's going to catch up to you eventually in your 30s. A lot of things are going to catch up to you in your 30s. And it's why in your 20s, you have to make sure that you are becoming the best that you can be. That making sure that you are disciplining yourself in every aspect of life, financial, mental, physical, spiritual, etc. Excuse me for the background noise. But in every area of your life, you have to build in your 20s. Because if you wait too late in your late 30s or 40s, you may not have, you may not have a full-on grip on every aspect of your life. That's why in your 20s, you have to make sure you have a grip, a firm grip on every aspect of your life going forward. Like I said, with credit, your money, your body, your mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, the environment in which you are in, etc. Career-wise, business-wise, and all the things that you want to do in your 20s that you have the energy for, because when you're in your 20s, those are your prime years. Okay? Those are your energetic years to do the things that you want to do and to build upon your legacy. I don't care what anybody says. If you're in your 30s and 40s and 50s and you're telling us youngins, we're in our 20s, we're the current generation right now, and you're telling us to wait. You're telling us, don't rush the process. Yeah, I agree with that. Don't rush the process. Never rush the process. But it's important to get started at the end of the day. You don't have to rush the process of your life. Obviously, take your time, be patient with yourself, but you have to get started. You have to get your life started in all aspects. You can't wait till you're 30 to get started. You can't wait. You got to get started now in your 20s. Or if you're 16, you're in your teenage years, get started now if you can. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no male authority figure in my life to tell me to get on my shit when I was like 14, 15, 16, to do manly things at a certain age, to where when I hit 18 or 19, I kind of have an idea what the real world is like and how to manage myself as a man. See, I wasn't taught that when I was 14, 15, 16. I had to kind of get a whole idea of myself, of how to navigate through the real world, how to be a grown man, how to manage myself a lot better, how to carry myself and shit like that. I had to learn it for myself. Basically, after 18, I had to raise my damn self. When I graduated, I had to raise my damn self in every aspect. Because once I graduated, it's like, or once I hit a certain age, your parents cannot raise you anymore. I mean, if you were raised by a single mother, it's a lot difficult. But you have to understand, your mother cannot do everything for you. She can show you the basics. She can teach you some things, but she can't teach you how to become a man. And that's a fact. So when it comes to the nitty-gritty of life, you got to learn that shit yourself. If you are fatherless, if you had no father growing up, it's a lot difficult to learn certain things, but you have to teach yourself. And I was able enough to teach myself, credit, saving money, investing money, managing my money, managing my mental health, managing my emotional health, physical fitness, healthier eating, all that stuff. When it comes to starting a business, whatever, becoming an entrepreneur, you are responsible for your own life once you hit a certain age. And that certain age could be 18, 16, whatever. But going forward, you are responsible for your own damn life. You are responsible for the decisions that you make, and you are responsible for the consequences of your choices. You are responsible for the outcome of your choices that you make. Ain't nobody gonna hold you accountable. Ain't nobody finna look out for you. Ain't nobody finna have your back. And I'm just telling you from man to man, if you're watching this video, ain't nobody gonna have your damn back. Straight like that. When you're in your 20s, you're a man. When you graduate, you're a man. Okay? Because that's when real life begins. When you are graduated from high school, you are a man. You have to get your own job. You have to start paying your own bills. You have to buy your own food. You have to look into what car you want to get. You know, manage your finances on your own. Nobody is responsible for the basic necessities in which you are responsible for yourself to obtain, for yourself to have and maintain. Nobody is responsible for you going forward. You're not a kid. You're not 13. You're not 5. You're not 6. You know, it's common sense, bro. It's common sense. You know, the problem is you're wasting your 20s drinking with the wrong people. I mean, first of all, drinking is obviously bad for you, very addictive. Once you start drinking, it's hard to quit. Once you start smoking weed, it's hard to quit smoking weed. Watching pornography, once you watch pornography, we already know what comes of that. It's hard to quit. Okay, masturbating, all that stuff, man, has to go. Has to go. It has to end. You know what I'm saying? You're wasting your 20s, you know, effing these hoes, chasing these women that really don't want you. Instead of just waiting to pick the right girl, pick the right woman, you know, you want to chase all these women and waste your sexual energy trying to satisfy these women. But they're not doing anything to help level you up in life. Okay? They're not stimulating your mind in any type of way possible. A lot of y'all just wasting your 20s on the wrong friendships. So, you know, wasting your time on the wrong energy. Wasting your time consuming the wrong things, whether it be TV, music, certain information that is not good for you to consume. You know, y'all gotta get on the damn ball when it comes to your 20s, because the reason why I speak so highly of you know, your 20s is because I had wasted, you know, the first couple years of my 20s that I wish that I can get back, but I can't get those years back. I'm 25 now, and I'm at a point in a season of my life where I am trying to play catch up with my life. Right now, I am playing catch up. So really, I ain't got no time to waste. I don't. My time is very precious to me. My time is very valuable, and so is my attention. My attention, my energy, my time. 3 things that are very important to me right now in my 20s. And 3 things that I have to monitor very carefully. Monitor how I give away my attention, how I utilize my time, how I utilize my energy. Okay? Where and how do I place my attention? How do I utilize my energy? How I manage my time? These are very important for you as a man to monitor. The 3 things: attention, your time, and your energy. And a lot of these things, man, get wasted on the wrong fucking things. Excuse my French. But they get wasted on the wrong things. So I'm telling you right now, man, if you are wasting your attention, wasting your time, wasting your energy, I'm challenging you right now to place your attention somewhere different. That's more productive. That is of you focused on becoming the better version of yourself. I am challenging you to utilize your time wisely on things that will progress your life. I'm challenging you to use your energy for bigger and better things for yourself in the future. So I'm challenging you. If you're wasting your 20s right now, you know, get on the ball. Get on your shit. This is Mr. Solo Dolo. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe if you are new. More content is to come. God bless y'all. I'm out.